Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Campus Care Presents Panel Discussion. Panel discussion is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints on topics related to education and society. Our topic for the day is navigating challenging conversation with teachers, parents, and students, and to express their viewpoints on the same, we have with us Mr. Amboj Kumar Singh, Principal of Usha Martin Word School, Patna. A very warm welcome, sir.
Welcome. Same to you, man.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here today. Then we have with us Mr. Om Prakash Sharma, Principal of JP Vidya Mandir, Bulandshahr, Uttar Pradesh. A very warm welcome, Om Prakash, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for providing this platform.
Thank you so much, sir. And then last but not the least, we have with us Miss Indu Bisht ma'am, Principal of Mahi International School, Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Very welcome, Indu ma'am. How are you doing?
Thank you. All good. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So let's start off with the session navigating challenging conversation with teachers, parents, and students. So, both, sir, let's start off with you. What are some of the common challenges, sir, that you would have faced while communicating, with teachers or let it be parents or students in general, sir?
Man, you see, first of all, we have to not face challenges if we move calm, more calm and centered. You are at handling difficult conversations with teachers, parents, and students.
Mm.
For example, I am going to share one example, which incident which happened in my workplace, particularly challenging conversation I had to navigate during a difficult financial period. I was able to satisfactorily negotiate repayment schedules with multiple vendors. I developed a mutually beneficial payment plan and barter program that worked with my company's revenue flow and project schedule and the vendor needs at that time. In addition, the agreement was easier to me to obtain because I worked very hard at developing a positive relationship with vendor, parents. In the months we had been working together. From this experience, I learned the importance of thinking outside the box while solving a problem. Okay. I also learned the importance of developing and maintaining good relationship with vendors, teachers,
Yes.
parents, and students. I will give you another example. I had a very challenging conversation with one of my students, and he was lagging behind in the studies, and board examination was near. I talked to him and motivated him to study hard. I asked him to think like a pro. I told him, take your exam as a cricket match. Time which is left for you, your examination considered it as over. Syllabus as ball coming to you. The topic which you have completed as a sport run, take it as a challenge and enjoy it just playing a cricket. Do you know he scored 75% in exam and it was a really a great achievement for me, my teacher, and for that student. So it is not a very difficult if you take it in positive sense. Okay.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, Ambodh, sir. Moving forward, Om Prakash, sir. Sir just explained what are some of the common challenges that they would have faced, sir. So, sir, how do you typically approach a difficult conversation, sir, when it comes to teachers, parents, or students? Om Prakash, sir. Sir, you're on mute actually.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
If
Actually, when it comes to the teachers, the challenging communications are likely to be like students. Sometimes teachers are saying students are not paying attention, sir. They are not serious, sir. They are not listening us. Sometimes they are with the challenges like the colleagues are not giving the space. Sometimes they come to us that how to balance the workload of professional and the personal side, because both are the expecting. Sometimes they are asking for to deal with the financial crisis. Sometimes they are asking for the emotional situation handling, and especially it comes when they are coming up with a problem. It's not just the problem, but the freshers are also joining the school, newcomers are also coming to dealing with them. So these are few general type of the challenging communications to take place as the teacher is, as far as the teacher is concerned. Students, obviously, sometimes when they are indulged in the serious misconduct and weak in performance. So these two common scenario with the students in case of challenging communication. Parents, sometimes they are asking for the personal discount in fee or the personal attention to his or her child. So these are some challenging communications, and especially with the parents when their word is failed. So these are some common scenario with teachers, students, and the parents that we as a principal we need to navigate with.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, Om Prakash, sir. Indu, ma'am, over to you. Firstly, would you like to add something to Om Prakash, sir? And also, ma'am, how do you address sensitive topics or emotional topics in a conversation with students or parents, ma'am?
Sorry. Actually, as Sir said, I agree with Sir. And if I come to your question, what you asking, so topics related to sensitive or the emotional one depends. It may be depends on the based on gender, age, physical appearance, disabilities, and we have a huge variety of students as well as parents. So it may differ one to another. It depends. So sensitive topics is accordingly treated. As we principle, what we used to do that when the case came to us, otherwise the teacher who is the solving, who's the listener, so it depends on her or his. Otherwise, if it directly come to us, it depends. If it is related to socioeconomic status, it accordingly sort it out, and having a huge variety regarding same. And if as we all know that all related to student concern, and every student needs the different concern, like what he wants. He Every student want respect, every student want attention. So it depends that what the case or the topic is, so we solve accordingly. And the main things, acceptance by the student or the doer. The problem, the topic or the concern is going on, or the health, the incident happen. So if it depends what he or she accept, and importance given to particular topic or the student, that is also another concern. if whenever we talk about the sensitive cases, so security is the major issue for all of us. Some of the time student what he matlab thinks ke this person, it may be the teacher or the other person, he is not with us. So first of all we have to make him or her secure. He must be agree about the issue, or we have to make them consult ke na it's the thing is absolutely wrong or right. It depends accordingly. If the students are hyperactive, many of the students may be hyperactive also, and if the students are aggressive or the self injurious issues, so it depends कि अगर student is stopping regarding the case, so we have to solve accordingly. For the solve the issue, what we people do, we collect the data, the experiences, what is going on and what held in the previous cases. We have to collect the data and all the base on the basis of the previous experiences, backgrounds. Then we allow sufficient time. That is main concern for the student. He or she requires time to solve any of the thing. Then focus on solution, not the problem, because what student want that time, the emotional attachments. So for the same he wants time to solve. So we have to become solver first of all. Even if we have counselors with us, so they already know their duty, but the thing is they have to be solver first of all. Then focus on not creating so much rules. What the surrounding around us is the full of rules and regulations. So for this some particular cases we have to be just like emotional attached to this student. So sensitive and emotional cases it may be worry and depends case to case. Accordingly we have to sort it out.
Absolutely, ma'am. Very wonderfully explained. Also, ma'am, can you like share an example of a particularly challenging conversation that you have had to navigate, and how did you handle it, ma'am?
um, Recently we have examination. We all had examination. So when the result or the we have the mark list, we all together. So when we used to check the list, so the student like oh matlab, we are getting this kind of marks, but we want this thing. Matlab, he according to him or her, he or she worked hard, agree, but it depends on subjects to subject teacher as well as the student capabilities. Every student is special to us. If we are having 1500 student in our school, so every student is precious, right? But the thing is कि if he or she is asking no ma'am I want this marks, so we have to make them consult. Na beta, you deserve this one also. This is the last limit from our side and you also did this thing. So accordingly we have to make him or her pamper first of all and make them clear that this is the limit that we can give you, and this is the work or the answers or the whatever that related to the question paper that you did it is perfect to you. We have to tell the student that it is whatever done by school side is much better and everything is betterment for your life.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Indu ma'am. Om Prakash sir, would you like to add something to Indu ma'am? Sir, you're on mute.
Actually, ma'am has nicely explained the whole thing, but I would like to, because I would like to share my experiences, how I deal with this. First of all, I listen the person sitting in front of me completely and consciously, and I try to analyze the cause of the problem, and then I request the concerned person to be objective, not to be vague in the statements. Then the very important thing is we need to be polite and calm in all the situations, in every situation, and firm and clear in the approach. And we should always make the person concerned, whether it is a teacher, a student, or a parent, the examples of real world definitely help us to make them better understand the situation and make them clear that this is not the first time you are facing such problem, and you are not the only man on the earth who is facing this problem, and every, as ma'am said, every problem has got its solution. So we should look for the solution. So this is the my style of handling this kind of situations. And if you ask me the one example to share, I would take a very recent example. Actually, our volleyball team of school participated in the district volleyball competition, and it was the very first time when this team was out for representing the school. So very first day they won 3 matches, and the next day they were quite excited. But as we grow in the competition, definitely competition also grow. So next day they were they lose the game, and when they were coming to back to the school, because they really worked hard for this tournament, almost a month. So I had a challenge to counsel them, to keep them motivating, so that because it was just the start of the journey. So when they came to the school, then I counsel them that it's just a start, and it's a very good start for me, and it was up to my expectation. So because they were long faces and everything, so that I handled very quietly, and we had a clap for collecting all the students. So even because they stood fourth in the competition, but only top three are not matters. Actually, participation matters, and we try to motivate them as we could do. So these are few things. If we should look that what is the actual scenario. They were out for the first time, and they were ready to participate with the team who are the champion of this field. So this is all we could handle, and I find it very satisfactory for me and quite motivating, because after the conversation they were all happy, and they were ready to participate in other competitions as well.
Thank you so much, sir. Lastly, Om Prakash, sir, uh, are there any techniques or some of the ways that you use for active listening and effective communication, sir?
Okay. As because we are the actually I am the from the computer background, so definitely we also teach about the communication. So we have taught in the class that 5 C's rule for the communication, and those 5 C's rule says any communication should be clear, correct, complete, concise, and compassionate. So if the communication, whether verbal or non-verbal, if it follows these 5 C's rule, it actually conquer the whole. So 80% you have win. Next is the communication which you are going to have with, you should meet them where they actually stand. You need to put your foot in their shoe. Then only you will be able to establish the connection. And without the connection, uh, effective communication cannot be achieved. And last, which I think, we should never stop reading and learning, because in every communication, your learning, your experience, your capability is visible. One can easily make out how knowledgeable you are on a particular topic, how learned you are, how experienced you are. So we should always open for learning. And as far as this address of sensitive and emotional topics in conversation is, I believe in four things. First, we should actually, before any sensitive or emotional topic, we should set the stage. We should create a conducive environment for a respectful discussion environment. For a respectful discussion, we need to create a comfortable zone around us. Second thing is, we need to be clear. We need to be objective, because especially in sensitive and emotional things, we cannot just go here and there. Otherwise, things will be spoiled. Third, be an active facilitator of the discussion. It should not happen that you are just on trying to dictate the whole thing. We should be a good facilitator of the discussion so that we can reach to a conclusion. And before any of the sensitive or emotional topic, we should be ready mentally, we should be ready emotionally, we should be ready to deal with the situation. If we are not ready and we are not tuned to the whole scenario, we cannot make any other person comfortable for the discussion, and which is the essential most thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Very wonderfully explained that how what are some of the techniques to you know for effective communication and active listening. Indu ma'am, would you like to add something to Om Prakash, sir?
Although sir has explained very well the things, whatever we face, the situations we have same, right, sir? So, but will if I add, so the thing is, communication is always two-way. So for good communicator, you have to be good listener also. That is active listening, active listener. So for the same, we have to be attentive first of all. Whatever the communication is going on, we have to listen it carefully. What the concern and what the topic is going on, as well as empathy works magically. Empathy is the reason for the same communication becomes strengthful. And always when you are good listener, we have to use good body language also, that we are attentive, we have to make eye contact to the being a listener, as well as summarize the thing, the communication, whatever the going on between, like we are having communication right now also. So we are having two-way communication here, and we are listening each other. Accordingly we are communicating to between communication is going on between us. Build trust. Trust is also made initially. If we are good listener, if we are good communicator, trust is the main concern for the same, and accordingly we demonstrate the concern related to the topic. It depends. And use of brief affirmations, like if I'm talking something, sir is like nodding the head, or reaction are going on, so I see, yes, yes, okay, I got it. These are the brief affirmations we used to, well, we are used to for this if we are communicating to other, so we used to do this. So these are the common things, as well as being a good listener. If we are good listener, that means we are good communicator also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Both, sir, would you like to add something to Indu ma'am and Om Prakash, sir?
No, ma'am, I am agree with both of them.
Sir, you're on mute actually. Both, sir, you're on mute.
Conclude. We should talk to them directly and straight. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ambodh sir, Om Prakash sir, and Indu ma'am for being here today.
Thank you very much,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Same, everyone.